So I watched all the Conjuring movies, and I'm here to give you my thoughts on the first Conjuring movie. The story follows the Perron family, Roger, Caroline, and their 5 daughters, who move into an isolated Rhode Island farmhouse in 1971, hoping for a fresh start, and almost immediately, unsettling occurrences escalate like phantom footsteps, dark whispers, and the horrible discovery of the dog's body. And after growing desperate, Caroline seeks help from Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are renowned paranormal investigators. And as the Warrens uncover the house's dark history, Bathsheba Sherman's evil curse, they race against time to save the parents from possession in a violent, centuries-old evil. The Conjuring blends classic haunted house tropes with deeper emotional undertones. The movie focuses in on the parents' family bond, using the presence of young children to amplify vulnerability and suspense. Lorraine's devotion to being a Catholic and Ed's unwavering support turn religion into both a source of comfort and a weapon, and the flashback to Bathsheba's horrific actions remind us that evil usually lingers in places we least expect it. And James Wan carefully balances those real emotional stakes with spine-tingling scares, ensuring the horror feels personal and not just shock or scare value, because the best horror for me is the kind that makes you feel that fear, where it feels so personal, and that's just the best kind. Vera Farmiga as Lorraine Warren brings a quiet intensity, mixing empathy for the Perron family with determination when confronting the demonic entity. Patrick Wilson as Ed Warren grounds the duo in warmth and dry humor, his calm demeanor amplifying the impact when the tension stirs up. Lily Taylor as Caroline Perron evolves from a protective mother to a tormented vessel, showing a scary and deepened descent into possession. Ron Livingston as Roger Perron balances skepticism and fear, portraying a father torn between protecting his family and accepting the unthinkable. Poignant performances from the Perron children reacting to unseen horrors elevates the authenticity and makes the terror feel heartbreakingly real. I think casting unrecognizable actors for these children and families helps make the horror feel more real. Like, the only one of the children I know is Joy King, and that's because I've watched her since like Ramona and Beezus, but also because she just evolved into a well-known actress through the years, and so she's just one of those recognizable faces. James Wan's mastery of suspense turns every creak and shadow into a potential threat, with the main factor being atmosphere over gore. And if you know me, I love gore and violence, especially in slashers when they really do matter. But in haunted house movies where you deal with paranormal and demonic spirits, it's all about the atmosphere and whether you feel and sense the threat lurking in the dark or right outside the view. And Wan relies on precise pacing, lingering close-ups, and sustained silences to build that dread that makes the fear for me, using that creative camera work with loose tracking shots that wander through dark corridors, while sudden shifts to tight framing heighten that feeling of claustrophobia. Then while it's all quiet, lack of music, and you hear that whispered breath and that gives you chills, and then the distant and sometimes abrupt key symbols that trigger that fear before the visuals even appear. Just a whole masterclass of creating fear with just a thought and a feeling of not being alone in a room. Then using subtle makeup and in-camera tricks that give the supernatural elements a substantial weight, keeping the movie grounded even as the possession scenes break out in violence. And by focusing on every